You ever notice how the fruits don't even taste like fruits anymore? I mean, in 2025, you peel a mango and you're sitting there wondering if you accidentally bite into a candle. Because if you grew up Caribbean or if you grew up poor anywhere, you know what I mean when I say you had nothing but the fruits were real. Not store-bought, not shiny and perfect with a barcode. I'm talking off the tree, from the yard, from the bush, and sometimes from a neighbor's tree you had no business climbing. See, you might have grown up with holes in your uniform, no lunch money, kerosene lamp, a school bag from 2 years before. But mango season, guinep time, soursop drop, that was when God himself fed you. You didn't need money, you just needed a stone to pelt the branch and a friend to keep watch. You ever tasted a real pineapple though?
Yeah, boy.
Not those half-ripe, lab-flavored things they sell now. I'm talking the ones with the sharp thorns on the ends of every leaf. The kind that cut you going in and cut you going out. But Lord, when you finally open it up, that juice could baptize you. Sweet, acidic, alive. And don't get me started on naseberry, also known as sapodilla, also known as sala. But where I'm from in the Caribbean, it is naseberry. You bite into one and feel like time pause. Sticky, sweet, brown sugar that hit your soul. These things didn't just taste good, they tasted real. Because when you grew up with nothing, the things God grew from the ground felt like a miracle. Now here's where it gets deep. The fruit wasn't just food. It was company, it was happiness, it was survival. You're hungry, you're vexed, you want peace and quiet? Go sit under the mango tree and just wait. Eventually, a mango falls. Or you climb and take one before it drops. That was the therapy. That was the freedom. You didn't need permission. You didn't need a supermarket. You just needed a tree. And every tree had a memory attached to it. Coconut, that was Sunday afternoon. Somebody chopping it with a coconut and giving you a piece like it was communion. Soursop, that was juice in the fridge for when you had visitors. Star apple, that was the one you had to wait for. You can't rush a star apple, brethren. June plum, sour enough to twist your face, but sweet enough to come back for more. Nowadays, fruits don't even smell like fruits. You walk through the produce aisle and everything smell like nothing. But back then, you could smell a ripe mango before you saw it. You'd be walking through the bush and stop like, wait, somebody peel a Julie tree somewhere here. And this right here is where I need your help. Because if you've made it this far in the video, this is part of your story too. So tell me in the comments real quick, what fruit meant the most to you growing up and why? Was it the one you shared with your sibling or the one your granny planted? Or the ones you had to fight the birds for? Let me know in the comments real quick. And don't just say mango, tell me what kind of mango. Because almost every Caribbean yard had a mango tree, but no two mangoes were the same. Because here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. We didn't just eat those fruits, we survived off them. There were days when the only thing in the house was a breadfruit somebody dropped off, or mango for breakfast, lunch and dinner, or coconut water for when the pipe water run dry. You didn't complain because that was how Caribbean people survived. With our hands, with nature, together. You remember peeling sugar cane with your teeth, tongue getting nicked, jaw tired, but you're still biting it like it's steak. Because it wasn't just about the cane. It was joy and hunger too. Or climbing the guinep tree and having to shake the branch just right, not too hard, not too soft. Just enough to rain guineps on your head like blessings. And that's what this video is about. It's not just fruits. It's the memory of what was real. It's the fact that you didn't have to pay $8.99 for organic bananas, which isn't even organic in the first place. You didn't need a smoothie bar or nutrition coach. You just needed your granny yard and maybe a machete. The real fruits didn't came with labels. They came with meaning. They came with bruises and juice on your shirt. And yes, life was hard. You probably had nights you went to bed hungry. But somehow, a soursop tree gave you hope. A mango tree gave you joy. And a star apple tree made you believe that something sweet is still coming. You know what's wild? People today don't even know what some of these fruits are. You mention naseberry and they look at you like you sneezed. But to you, that was wealth. That was luxury. That was Sunday after church. Barefoot, shirtless, juice running down your arm. You grew up with nothing, but the fruits were real. And that's the part nobody can take from you. They can GMO the whole planet if they want, but they can never replicate the taste of a mango you catch in your own hand. The one you wipe on your shirt and bite into it with no napkin, no cutlery, no shame. Cutlery. No cutlery. Yeah, no cutlery, no shame. Let them call it poverty, let them call it developing world. But to you, that was home, that was life. That was rich in ways they will never understand. And if you're watching this, still smiling, still remembering, still tasting these memories, then I need you to hit that like button right now. Not just for the algorithm, but for the fruits. Yeah, to honor the fruits, to honor the tree, to honor the childhood that made you strong. Because when the world gave you nothing, God still gave you mango season, still gave you guinep, still gave you soursop and naseberry and coconut with the meat you had to dig out with a spoon made from the husk itself. That's not nothing, that's everything. And now, they are coming here to pay for it. So don't let them tell you you missed out. Don't let them convince you you were poor. You grew up with life growing outside your door, sweetness falling from the sky, blessings hidden in bark and bush and juice. Yep, you grew up with nothing, but the fruits were real, and so were you. And if this one touched you, brought back those memories and made you smile, go and watch this mango video. This one is where we talk about the joy that fell from the tree when life had nothing else to give. Yeah, enjoy. Because remember, it's not just a destination, it's the journey. Peace.